Shout out Q. Shout out Q.
So Riley, obviously a great win against Memphis 901 FC. Two previous games before that, obviously not the result you want, but how does that feel going into a match for the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup Richmond tomorrow? Just going into that match with a win, what is that like collectively?
Yeah, I think it's a huge confidence boost for the group. I think after the loss against Birmingham, I think we were really hoping to get something out of that game, and unfortunately we didn't. But I think it was good to bounce back against Memphis and get a result. So yeah, I think the boys are high at the moment and need to keep it going. Yeah.
Sticking with Richmond, obviously an out of conference team, but just looking at what they bring, sort of, what are you all seeing collectively and your attack going into the game?
Yeah, I mean we know they've got a lot of good players. There's a lot of players that can do some damage against us, so we just need to be aware of that. I think if we play our game and we play the way we want to play, I think we'll be okay and hopefully get something out of the game. Yeah.
I would say maybe a little more than a month played of your season so far. How do you think the team has done as a whole in the month time span so far, and just your performance overall? And I know there's more room to improve, but it just seems like this team has a lot building in a positive direction.
Yeah, I think we've shown glimpses of what we can do, and I think there's a lot more to come in this group. I think we have a very strong, like a lot of quality, and a lot of boys that can hopefully do well. And yeah, we just need to keep it going. I think we've got to win against Memphis. We just need to keep that momentum going, do well on the cup, and then hopefully again on the weekend. So yeah.
So the cup, and then you have another home match on Saturday, sort of getting more games in, not the week time off like before. Just take me through what that's like, getting a game here and a game there, like just a couple days rest as compared to a full week. How do you manage that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got a lot of quality in the group, like I said. So we've got a lot of depth in our squad. So we've got players that can step up and do the job quite easily. So I don't think it's going to affect us that much. And yeah, I think we'll do all right.
So, Kwame, the win over Memphis 901, the big confidence builder, I would imagine, going into a Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game against Richmond. Just take me through the mindset going through practice and leading up to tomorrow.
Like the group is really excited. A lot of guys are having fun. We just went through what we needed to do in the game, and we're excited to play in this competition. It's one of the oldest competitions in U.S. History, so U.S. soccer history. So we're excited to be a part of it, and hopefully we come out with a win on Wednesday.
So, Richmond, I know they're an out of conference opponent, but what do you know about them, and sort of how do you attack tomorrow?
Here being my second year, I mean, we played them numerous times in preseason. They're a good team. Like to play with the ball. We respect them, and we're just gonna have to bring our A game and show up and deliver the 3 points to win. I mean, we respect them, and we know that they do well for their conference, and they do well against us. So we just got to be able to put our best front foot forward.
So obviously, before Memphis 901, two previous games, the result not really going in Loudoun's favor, but getting that win, and you have a stretch of two games coming up tomorrow and the weekend. How huge is that to get the win against Memphis 901, going into two games on maybe short rest, I would say?
Oh no, it's massive. Especially it was a comeback win in front of our amazing home fans, and I think that in general, it's just this game could be a stepping stool to build momentum for our game against Louisville on the weekend. But we're taking it a game at a time. We're not looking too far ahead. Cup competitions are always tough because it's a one and done, and everybody gives it all. So we just got to make sure we run ourselves into the ground and get the result that we need, and then we keep pushing from there. We'll worry about Saturday when it comes.
So, obviously, about a month into the season, I would say you've put up some pretty good numbers. Just talk about your performance and the team's performance going it the month in, and what you maybe are looking to improve on moving forward.
I give all the credit to my coach, the coaching staff, and the team, and the athletic training staff that for first of all keeping me healthy. I missed a lengthy period of time last year. I was out for the whole year, so just being able to come back and being able to help the team succeed is a blessing. But the coaches put me in the best position to succeed defensively and offensively, and I just got to execute to the level that I know I can. And my teammates are just finishing, so I guess it's a plus. It's a plus on both ends, but mostly to the team's benefit. The system we play definitely benefits the way I want to play and the way I want to help the team going forward.
So, Dane, very random. I've been out at a lot of these practices and seen the work the goalkeepers have put in. It looks very intense. Obviously, as a goalkeeper, you want to make sure the ball does not go in the net. Just from your perspective and the goalie work, how intensive is the goalie work to be at your best every single game?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, goalkeeper is obviously a very mental position. So there's the physical aspect and the technical aspect of the work we put in here on the training ground with myself, Jack, our goalkeeper coach, Hugo, Luke. We get in a couple of extra sessions throughout the week and come out early to make sure we get the work in that we need to before we hop into our team sessions, which is really important, being a specialized position. And besides that, you just have to be very strong mentally to play the position well. You need to be able to organize a team in front of you, and also, just have a short memory because, some things can happen in the match. Not every play is going to be perfect. Each play as a goalkeeper has large consequences. So to be able to compartmentalize each play that happens throughout a match and kind of stay even keel is probably the most important thing for a goalkeeper.
So, big one against Memphis 901 tomorrow, traveling down to face the Richmond Kickers. A lot of preseason action against Richmond. So, and the U.S. Open Cup as well. So, just what's the mindset like coming off the win going into tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we want to advance to the next stage of the cup. That's really our only focus right now going into the match tomorrow. Um, we had a great performance against Memphis on the weekend. Did a lot of things well, a lot of things that we think we can build on going into Richmond. Specifically, in possession, I think we were great, and we have been over the course of the first couple of games of the season. But I think our out of possession work really took another step up in our match, and so we're looking to replicate that going into tomorrow.
And just take me through the past month of the season, how you think everything's been so far, and maybe some things you might want to improve on to get this team even bigger and better going further on into the season.
Yeah, I think just continue to build our camaraderie as a group. I think we have a really tight group in the locker room. Um, very fortunate to be a part of this group, and I think just to continue to come out here and put in the work together on the training field, spend time together off the field. That's first and foremost, and then like I said, beyond that, I think our out of possession work is really what's going to be the identity of this team, and to have a positive work rate, guys working for each other, having each other's backs off the ball, I think is really going to be huge.
So Wesley, big win over Memphis 901 going into the U.S. Open Cup match against Richmond. Just the vibes going into tomorrow, coming off the big win.
Obviously, it's great to get a big win versus Memphis, and it's always good to bring momentum into a big match week. We obviously have a big game versus Louisville this weekend, but we also going to take everything one game at a time. So focusing on Richmond's our main priority right now, and we always talk about the magic of the Open Cup. Last year, we were fortunate enough to win 3 games and play an MLS team, and just try to. That was a good experience for us. So this year, we're just trying to go for a little bit more and try to hopefully win the whole thing. That's our goal. Obviously, we take each game at a time and yeah, go from game to game. We obviously play them in preseason, so it's going to be good to see them a little bit again. But it's going to be good.
So you mentioned that the game this weekend, sort of a short turnaround. How do you sort of focus on one game at a time, but also making sure you're getting your reps and rests because it's not really that long of a turnaround from
Yeah.
tomorrow to Saturday?
Yeah. Obviously the rest we're just gonna take and be proactive with our bodies, whether that's cold tubs, stretching, as people are doing over here, doing a lot of things to manage our bodies. And then as far as the mentality standpoint, it doesn't change. The coaches preach to us, and everyone, the players preach the next play mentality, next game mentality. And I think that's pivotal for our team's success this year. As much as our highs and highs, you can't get too low and you can't get too high. So everything we do, we just got to be like, okay, next one, and just keep turning it around. And that mentality will take us strides this season.
And last but not least, just take me through the past month of the season, how you think everything's been going, and maybe what you can do to get bigger and better going further and further into the season.
I think it's been good. I think the first month of the year we've obviously had some challenges and some results that we wish went our way, but that's the part of the football. You can't win every single game in a 34-game season, and we already expected that. But we're just trying to be as relentless as possible and win every game we can, and have it up to us to win these games. As far as us playing, I just think that mentality of being relentless and having a growth mindset will have us go strides in the season and take each game as it is. I think that's I think that's the main challenge and the main important thing that we need to focus on in the season and being together as much.